Here we are again. Hello, hello. It's Amy.
And Jeff.
You might not recognize me because I have red hair again.
Yes, she does, and much shorter.
Yes, I'm all set for the next 2 months. So I was able to find a place to get my hair done, which is so exciting. The ladies back home will know. I mean, we go to the same person for 20 years, and
Okay.
you know, what do you do when you're in a foreign country? And what's going to happen?
Well, you had the secret formula
I
for
did.
the color.
I did. I had a formula from the lady from my hairdresser at home. She wrote
And
it
I'm
all out.
sure you can all tell, too, I got a haircut
By the same lady.
by the same lady.
Yes, yes.
At least 5 or 6 of them.
So my beautiful sister-in-law, who's Hollywood glamorous, goes to California to get her hair done. So I'm
You went all the way
considering-
to South Africa.
I'm thinking, yeah, my hairdresser's in South Africa. Because at home, I paid $250 for my hair. It was $67.
Yeah,
And I tipped her well.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
How much? 20? You're upsetting the economy if it's more than 20.
Probably. I gave her 400 rand, which is, divided by 20 is $25. Yeah. So that was a good 40% tip.
Wow.
I know, but
Yeah. You're
She-
setting
she did a lovely job.
expectations.
She did a lovely job. Yeah.
Did she give you a good head massage?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. So, as Amy said, we're all set for the next few months. Getting services shipboard is crazy expensive.
Oh, I would have
Haircut's
paid.
$50.
I would have paid 500 easy on board for color and everything. Yeah, nah. So that's why I was very excited to get it done here. So,
Yep.
yay.
Very good.
So, but that's not why we're here to talk to you today.
Well, we are still in South Africa,
We are
but we're in Cape Town, but we got to catch you up.
on our last few days our last day on the boat and then the transition. So, yes. So our very last day on the boat was in Durban, South Africa, which is has quite the reputation, especially with the folks in Cape Town, to be
Not the best place to visit.
pretty dangerous. Certainly, people are struggling with income inequality there. There was an announcement on the ship before we even got off, saying don't wear jewelry, don't take a lot of cash, don't wear a flashy purse.
Don't wear a flashy take a flashy camera.
Exactly. If you're going, on a private tour, you should register it with the boat. Let them know where you're going and what time you expect to be back.
And
So-
who the company was.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Now, yeah, we had signed up for a boat excursion, and it was a marketplace experience. And what an experience! It was something.
Yes, it was the trip was billed as the traditional African market, which really catered to the locals.
Absolutely. Yes, and that's what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of different tribal stuff shown. Pretty much the local population still identifies with their old tribal, so
Right.
the Zulus,
Zulus and
Zili, or I can't remember the other ones.
the Zulus are the big
The
ones,
Zulus
yeah.
are the big ones. So,
So
a bit of trivia on Africa.
yeah.
So, Africa is the second largest continent
Okay.
and takes up 6% of the land in the world.
Wow. And what's the biggest continent? Asia.
Asia.
Okay. All right.
And Africa is made up of 54 different countries.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we had to hear that every time because everyone just thinks Africa's a country. But it is a continent
It
made
is.
up of 54.
That's because we're stupid. Yes.
No, not necessarily. Most people don't think about it.
I guess. But it is a huge country. A
Yes.
huge continent, rather. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went to the marketplace, we got off.
We did
and-
say Durban.
Durban, yes.
Okay.
Our guide who got on the bus said we're going to break up into small groups, and you're going to have a tour guide, and you're also going to have a sight minder or a sight
rear-
guide.
a We had
sight
somebody
guy.
covering our six.
Yes, he was making sure that
We
everybody
didn't-
stayed together. We were like little chicks, and he kept
Herded
us
in.
together. Now Jeff and I spied an ATM, and we upset the whole group by stopping and getting cash out, and he didn't really like that.
Well, he kept an eye on us. though.
He caught us up, and he told the lady, wait, they're coming. So we were able to get out a little bit of South African rand out of the ATM, so that, we're in the market. We want to maybe buy something if we see something cool. So, yes. And we saw lots of traditional clothing.
Yep. Now, on the first part of the tour through the various markets, we weren't supposed to take time to buy anything.
Right.
But once again, while the tour guide was gabbing, I went ahead and bought something.
Yeah.
And it's pretty neat. So we left what I would call the nicer part of the market for the traditional.
Yes.
People were chanting and doing some sort of ceremony in there next to the line.
Well, first of all, the guide took us down and under a highway underpass. And we're not seeing anything. And Linda and I are thinking, this is where we die. What is going to happen here? So then we go and we can see all kinds of dried herbs just stacked up. So that was the incense, and these ladies were selling incense there. And then further on, there were ladies with balls, and they were patting them, I thought, with flour. At first I thought it was like
Dough or
dough.
something.
Yeah. But it's not. It's
It's lime,
limestone or lime.
ground lime,
Yeah.
and it came in 3 different colors, a white, an ochre, and a red. And the white had purposes like they would mix it with water and stuff as whitewash.
And put
the
it on the
houses.
outside of the homes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was also used for face decorations,
Or
Like
sunscreen.
the dots and the sunscreen. Well, the red was, a
Sunscreen.
lot of them used the red.
Right.
The brown could also be used as
Like a color for.
like a color for paint and other things. And then the red was used as sunscreen from a large group of the population, particularly the women.
Yeah.
Now, when we say balls, we're not talking baseballs. We're talking a 15-pound bowling
Like a bowling ball. Yeah.
Yeah, a small one. Sometimes beginners' balls are small like that.
It was like a cannonball, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
Like this big.
It was big.
And so she did tell us these ladies, they work very hard and they come in from the countryside and they can't even afford to go home and come back every day. So they have mattresses that they sleep in that underpass at night. And evidently they have a community that's built up that keeps them safe.
Yeah.
So, and these balls, they sell for about 50 cents a piece. So, yeah. I wanted to, I didn't want to buy one because,
What are we going to do with it?
exactly. And some of these women were so beautiful.
We could have just bought it and then given it back to them.
I guess, or just, yeah, I know. But as we were going through, then we saw a group, a little community, and they were doing some kind of service or remembrance or something. Linda got a nice little video of it, so I'll play it in the background. It was very cool. She was trying very hard. She was trying very hard to be respectful at the same time doing it. So, yeah.
But it was very unique.
I
was
was thrilled
waiting
to
for-
be able to see it. Yeah.
What's his name?
Simon.
The singer, Simon Garfunkel.
Oh,
Simon Garfunkel.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon.
was playing
The
him
music. Yeah, Paul Simon with an album he did.
And Jeff said, "Do you think he's here?" But then they, she walked us up through other parts, and there was actually a donut kind of thing that we tasted.
Yep.
Very yummy.
Like fried dough, but
Yeah.
it was baked. It wasn't fried.
It was a little greasy. I think that's
It
why
was like a
tasted
hot
so good.
buttered roll.
It was yummy.
We ate half of it. I ate
We did.
the early morning when I woke up and finished it off.
Nobody, she got 3 for our group of 12, and everybody was content with their one bite, so we kept it.
We kept it, yeah. It was really quite good. Next, we went to a traditional medicine market.
Yes. No pictures.
No pictures allowed.
Except at the entry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a few pictures.
And they had things to ward the evil off, including us.
Including.
Like skin
Now-
monkeys,
Oh my God.
cut open roosters.
Oh. It was hard.
well,
it was hard.
it was like looking back at juju or voodoo type
Yeah.
stuff.
And this market was enormous.
Oh, God, and
We,
crowded.
we kept walking through and walking down, like, how big is this?
It was
great.
weird.
Yeah.
Different types of bark, plants, herbs.
I saw animal horns.
Yeah.
We saw a live rooster that was being bled.
No, he was okay. He was just waiting for somebody to buy him for a ceremony.
Ugh.
Yeah. So you couldn't take pictures in the serious
No.
part.
Because
And,
why couldn't you take pictures?
well, if you take a photo, they believed it stills the strength
The medicine
of
loses
the medicine,
its, yeah.
loses its potency.
Mhm.
So that kind of like, the things, you take a photo of a person and you still the soul.
I have no soul then.
But yeah,
I'm
it was
soulless.
very serious stuff.
It was. And so supposedly you go to your practitioner, he writes out a prescription, then you go to the medicine market, and they fill it.
They
so
fill
then,
it.
then you go back and do your
and you
little
might have to go
ceremony.
to multiple places
Right,
to get all
sure.
the ingredients.
Sure. A lot of guys grinding up stuff with big poles and dropping them. It was, and certainly this is. Did you hear the story of how they decide who's going to be a healer?
Yes.
I thought that was really interesting.
Well, it's not hereditary,
Yeah.
but if you have people in your family that have been admitted to the healing arts, then you could apply as well. And you have to be able to show some aptitude towards reading people, understanding what they need to fix
didn't-
the ailments.
Didn't she talk about when children, when they kind of say, people fuzz in and out when they're little in school, or they see visions that they think
Yeah,
that they're
you
going
have
to
to
be a
demonstrate
healer
an aptitude.
at a young age. So, very interesting.
Yes. And then finally, you went shopping for what's your favorite thing?
I forgot. Oh, spices!
Yes.
Yay! Yes, I found a little shop. Afterwards, we had a free time and we got to go shopping. So I found a shop that had fresh spices. I like that when they're right there and you can smell them. And he
Oh, he even
encouraged.
gave us to taste them.
Oh yeah, he wanted me to taste everything. He had some curry that was really beautiful. I bought some of that. I bought some lemon pepper, which was exciting. I've never bought that fresh before. And I bought some sweet paprika.
Sweet paprika, yes.
Yeah, which is so beautiful. Vibrant red. And everything was so inexpensive. Oh my gosh, I think I spent $5 the whole time I was in there. And then I drug Linda in there and she bought some stuff and I'm like, oh, here, buy this for me too.
Did that
And-
include the bottle of Lazy Wife seasoning?
Yes, it did.
Now, I couldn't understand, do you put it on a lazy wife to spice her up? Or is it a wife that's lazy to make her own mix?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I think it's the latter.
Exactly. And then the spice that you just put on vegetables to kind of brighten them up. So, yeah. I mean, how could it be bad? How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
So,
So it was a short tour. We were back to the ship at around lunchtime.
yeah.
So we didn't go on the boat at the time. We just turned around and walked out to explore the area around the port.
Which we really weren't supposed to do.
Why not?
Well, around the port it was okay, I
Yeah.
guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the place we went was perfectly safe,
Oh, it was a lovely little shop.
and it
Um,
was daylight.
Yes, sure. And we walked in, and there were other, so we got a couple beers, and lo and behold, they had the Wi-Fi. So we like the Wi-Fi.
Fast.
They had fast,
Wi-Fi.
fast, yeah, good Wi-Fi. So we were able to upload that video. So you notice there was a big span in between the videos, and then it got tight again. So yes, we're back in the when we're out on the ship, they block YouTube.
Yeah.
There's no uploading anything. So
Or watching.
oh God forbid. Yes, absolutely. So we found a coffee shop. It was really cute. They sold beer too, and yeah. Then we walked back to the ship, and that was that day.
Yep.
Then,
So we're up to the 8th of May, our last day on the boat. We had breakfast as usual.
yes, we sailed into, but we
Cape
didn't
Town.
arrive into Cape Town until 3 o'clock on the 8th. Remember? And we sailed past the Cape of Good Hope. So that was kind of cool. You don't remember?
We got off the boat pretty early, like 3:30.
Yes.
Well, I guess you're right. We could have
Yes.
got in at 3, half an hour to get off.
Yes. And we scouted out a place where we could leave some bags that we don't need while we're on the ground here. So we did some bags. And then our driver for our next part of our adventures,
Showed up around 4:30.
yep, picked us up. Took us to our new hotel, which
So
is
we
see
said
around us.
ta-ta to the ship.
Yes. And all our friends there. Yes.
Yes. We had a farewell dinner with some of the early group we met. Lunch, not dinner,
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah. It was 79 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else?
Said goodbye to Alabama Linda and Alabama Terry and all our trivia
The
friends.
Canadians.
The Canadians and our friends. So, yes. If you're watching, we miss you.
Yep. So he brought us to our hotel, the Cloud 9 Hotel and Spa. So we did make use of the spa here,
Yeah.
our cuts and colors.
Yes, that's true. We should get massages, but I guess we don't have time.
Yeah, we could do that on the way
Come back.
back.
Okay. Yeah, we're coming back.
So we got in and pretty much took it easy.
Yeah. That first evening. Yeah.
Again,
We enjoyed watching. We streamed some things on TV.
Wow.
Ooh,
we
haven't
actually got to
streamed in
watch
90 days.
Netflix.
Yeah. We watched the Netflix.
What was the show?
um,
We watched
The
the weird
Contract.
movie.
The Contractor.
Contractor
yeah, yeah.
with Captain Kirk.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. It was good.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I know we're just so scintillating today, aren't we? But the next morning we had a guide who picked us up, and her name was Gabby. She was lovely, and she took us up to Table Mountain, which is the biggest.
Geological formation.
It's enormous.
Yep.
And what about the geology for our
Well,
geologist friends?
You'll see photos of it. So the entire mountain, when you see it, it's like 1,800 meters in elevation,
Take a little cable car up to the top. Very
and
cool.
the whole
And it spins,
yes,
which was
you
really
get a
cool.
360-degree
I
view.
liked it.
So they estimate the mountain's 350 million years old.
Oldest, older than the Rockies, she said.
Yeah, and was completely underwater at one point.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
the valley below was underwater.
No, the mountain itself, when the rocks break
that's
off,
right, it
they
was.
find the fossils.
Yes. They
And it
can
was
find
composed of 3 different layers.
granite on the bottom. I
Granite on
remember
the bottom,
Limestone on
in the middle, and then
Thought it
like a
was the top.
sandstone.
on the top.
But there was still a lot of granite up top too, so not quite sure how that
So
worked.
when you think of a mountain, usually they have a peak. This is
Flat.
This is flat across the top, which is very unusual.
A tabletop.
You think that's how they named it?
I think so. It's pretty clever, if you ask me.
I guess so. Yes.
Um,
So on the way up there, what did we see in the wild? We get so excited when we see things in the
oh,
wild.
ostriches.
Ostriches! Can you imagine? Ostriches in
Oh.
the wild.
The other thing about the mountain, it's home to 8,000 species of plants, flowering plants,
Yeah.
trees, all types of different
What did
things.
she say? How many are in America? Like 400?
Yeah,
I
something
don't
like
know. That's not true, but yeah, it was something.
It's pretty amazing. So, yes, we did cruise around the Granite Base
Hmm.
and went over to another part of the island and saw a lighthouse
Mm-hmm.
and some ostriches there too.
Yes.
But they were down low, hiding in the bushes.
On their nests, too.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you had to really look careful because the males were standing up, and a lot of
And they're
people.
black.
So there's two. Most of the people just saw two ostriches. I said, no, you got to recount.
Yeah.
There's at least 5 out there
Incredible.
because the females just had their heads poking up,
Yeah.
and being next to the male looked like it was just a leg instead of a
They
neck.
they really blend right in, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the males sit on the nest at night because they're black.
It's cooler. Yeah.
Well, but they blend in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the females with the brown and tawny look blend in with the
During the day.
nest and the grasses during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, yeah, so we looked at the views. It was a beautiful day. And we drove all over. Cape Town is a beautiful city.
yes.
I have to tell you, no trash.
No. Really a lot of difference between our first 2 stops in Africa.
They really take care of their natural resources. Their beaches are pristine. The mountaintop, I didn't see any trash up there. Incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. Yeah.
So after the ostriches, we drove around the coast
Mm-hmm.
to a place called Boulder Beach,
Boulder Beach.
home of the African penguins.
Yay, penguins
Oh,
in the wild.
They were everywhere. And just watching them waddle when they walk, and then they jump in the water and take off swimming so fast. You need a high-speed camera to catch them.
I maintain that if you're there, you're smiling because you
Yes.
cannot look at those penguins and not smile.
And not smile.
It was everyone there was so happy and so excited, and and they were just gorgeous. Now the South Africans have again done a tremendous job. They've built a walkway, a promenade there, so that you're not disturbing the penguins
The
at all.
sand, little viewing
Yes.
points.
Exactly, and they charge admission, so there's obviously some conservation going on.
Yeah.
Great job, great job. Yeah,
But it was a beautiful seaside town.
yes it was. And we saw some little dancer girls with their, I'll show that how they, with their little things around their ankles.
on their ankles.
They were cute. But then we said to our guide, you got to feed us once in a while. so we had a nice lunch at 4:00.
We drove down to the main square, and a place called Bertha's, right on the water. Didn't have mussels or oysters there,
Well,
but I got a great fish and chip.
and I
Chips.
had a beet salad with feta and butternut squash. Fabulous.
Yep, rabbit food. Rabbit. So, also part of this town, it's the home of the South African Navy.
Yes.
Their academy is there,
Oh.
and headquarters. And as we were walking down to the restaurant, there's a statue of a Great Dane. And at his feet is a collar and a hat.
Yeah.
So this dog was considered just a nuisance
Nuisance.
to the town people, so his name became Just Nuisance. However, he had the skill of finding drunk sailors and escorting them back to the barracks.
Drunk sailors.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
What?
So some of the officers adopted the dog, sent a letter off to jolly old England, and got the dog a commission.
Yeah.
So he had a collar, salary, his hat, and a rank.
Yeah.
And
Even buried on the academy grounds.
yes,
So, and a statue, and
he was a big boy. I have a photo. You can see one of the sailors bracing himself, having his dog
Yes.
on his shoulders.
yeah,
So that was pretty cool, just nuisance.
yeah.
And that was kind of the end of that day. We had
Yeah.
a 45-minute drive back.
Yeah.
I think I took a little snooze.
Yeah. Didn't even have dinner that night because we had
Oh,
such a
God.
lunch.
Yeah, we had such a good lunch.
It was fine.
So my fish and chips, I had an option. You could have it battered or broiled, and I actually
Grilled.
got grilled.
Yes.
And I actually got the fish the size of the plate for my fish.
It was lovely.
Yes. And so that was pretty cool. So after that big lunch, yeah, I hit the back seat and I was like zonked out. And we got back to the hotel and sat in our easy chairs and had some wine and watched. Did we watch a little TV that night?
I think that was when we watched. I don't think we watched TV at all that night.
No, we went to bed and watched The Gentleman.
Yes.
Interesting series. 8 episodes. So I don't know if it's going to be over or carry on.
Yeah. Probably carry on. Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I thought I read it's only 8. Maybe the show wraps up. But we'll have to wait a couple
We'll
more
see.
episodes.
The next morning, the weather was not beautiful. It was kind of windy, blustery, rainy.
Rainy.
So we did go up to Signal Hill, and we could see the island where Mr. Mandela was held, and we could see the water crashing. So we did, on our tours around Cape Town, we did actually see the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic. So that was cool. We did as much as we could with kind of being a
Yeah.
crummy day, but the water was beautiful. And then she took us to a shopping mall, so we got some little things that we've been waiting for.
Yeah. Note
And-
to remember, double check you have your converter with you before you put your bags in storage.
Or you know where it is in your bags.
So-
Sometimes it's easier just to find a new one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we found a drugstore, got some things for our kit, and found our adapters. So we got our shopping done quick, found an ATM, got fresh money.
Fresh money.
Then we had our driver drop us off at the Arts Mart,
Yes.
and
Did
we
some-
said goodbye to her.
Yeah. And just did a little shopping, and then found a place for lunch, and then came back.
Scottish pub.
Scottish pub. Scottish.
Of course, they called it a
Scottish.
Scottish pub, but the only beer they had that was close was Guinness.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
And so that gets you caught up. We're in Cape
Yeah.
Town, and
Oh, correction. That other night, we didn't watch any TV.
No, we
we
didn't.
just sat and relaxed.
yeah,
Then last night, when we got back,
yes.
is where we
That's
started
when we
the
watched The Gentleman.
series, The Gentleman.
Yes. It's important to correct the record.
It is.
Yes.
I don't want people getting confused. 'Cause I can't keep it all straight hardly
Well,
either.
I know. It's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we're all caught up.
We are, and then tomorrow we head out to
The wine
famous,
country.
yes, Stellenbosch area. So I'm
Can
very
you reach
excited
the
for
bottle
that.
behind you? Directly behind you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
So, we picked up a not bad bottle of Merlot, surprisingly.
Was here at the hotel.
Yep.
Oh, I guess.
And it's a Stellenbosch Reserve we picked up. And it was quite tasty. That's what we're finishing up today.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you more about Stellenbosch when we get back,
It's good.
and how the French refugees took to that area in the 1600s and started the viticulture culture here in South Africa.
So, did you notice our guide? I think it's interesting when you hear how the education system treats or how people learn history. And she said the Dutch East India Company, they were pretty much
They were a
someone's-
good company.
They were the good company. They came to South Africa. They established everything. And I'm like, those are the slave traders. She's like, oh, no, that must be another company. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But,
Everything's designed to fit your
yes, so
identity. Okay.
that's it. That's all we got.
Yep, we're going to say goodbye and finish our wine.
And yes, enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Yep.
So the
Get ready
postcard
for dinner.
today,
Who
in
does it go
honor
to?
in honor of all the geology
Yes.
that we've
Geologist.
been observing here, especially with Table Mountain, is going to our geologist friend Ed and his wife Chris
Pennsylvania
in Pennsylvania. Yes.
/ Havre de Grace Ed.
He gets a slash, yes. Yes, so Ed, this one's coming to you. It's already on the way, actually. Let us know when you get it. So, very good. If you want a postcard, let us know. We'll send you one. Okay,
Okay. See you, folks.
bye.